Hey there guys, welcome to the video. In this video what we are going to be going over is how to craft weapons, armor, and what reconditioning them actually really does. So if you click your F5 button and go to Battle Pass, you'll see a bunch of rewards. Obviously these are the basic rewards on the bottom that you will obtain without having the Battle Pass or without having to buy anything. And at the top row of rewards are rewards that you'll gain if you have the Battle Pass. Which does cost money. Obviously, don't worry though, you just gain extra. It doesn't really change anything too much. You don't have to pay anything if you don't want to. You can still get the stuff you need from the basic rewards. Obviously, these are the hero tokens are going to be the main things that you want to be gaining, which as you can see as we go along, you get more and more of. And what you use these for is once you have X amount of them, you'll go to the seasonal store, go to the second page, and here in the bottom right hand corner you can actually see the rare armor schematic selection, which is the blue schematic that you'll need. And then if you go to the third page, you'll be able to pick up 3 rare weapon schematics. So obviously be careful about the limits, because obviously each one of them has limits. I think at this one's 7 you can only pick up, and you can only pick up 3 weapon ones. So obviously these are the main thing that you need to actually gain the ability to craft weapons and armor, decent ones anyway. So obviously the way that you gain the rewards is from glory, which as you can see here is glory. Is you just gain glory from playing the game and doing weekly challenges like quests, etc., which obviously then you gain, which then unlocks the stuff as you level up. Now once you have the schematic, you'll right click on it and choose which armor piece you want to build. So I'm going to go with the helmet, right? Every single armor piece does take a different amount of materials needed. Now to get the materials you need for any armor or weapons you'll be making, you'll go to the horse seller. Now the way to find him is hold tab and it'll bring up the map. Here near the bottom you should generally see horse seller. If you click it, it'll literally take you straight to the horse seller. Then obviously you click on barding attack. And what you want to be buying here are riveted saddles. So obviously what you want to be doing is clicking and pressing enter to buy them. This does cost bronze, but this is, you need to salvage these things to actually gain the materials. Now what the riveted saddles will give you are things like rivets, rings, cloth, string, and something else. And you also want to be buying these iron cap chamfrons. What these iron cap chamfrons give you are, as you'll see at the very end, are steel plates and steel bars. And obviously both of them give you powdered silver, which is also another thing that you need. Once you've actually brought all these, hold tab and click on the smith and head over towards the smith, which is where we are going to be salvaging all of these saddles and chamfrons to gain the materials needed. Once we are here, click salvage. And then I'll do 3 and 3 just to show you. So click salvage. This also does cost bronze, so be aware. It does tell you the total cost of the 6 just there. Obviously as we go through each one, it's different. You get a different amount per thing you salvage, so you're not always going to get the same amount from each thing you salvage. As you can see, we got basically pretty much everything we needed. We got bars, we got wire, we got plates, we got powdered silver. Obviously then we also will get rivets. So obviously once I've salvaged all of this, I'll get right back and show you exactly what we got from all this. Alrighty then, so as you guys can see, after actually salvaging all of the saddles and the chamfrons, these are the materials here that we have obtained. And this is the schematic that we got from the rare armor schematic that we chose from. So obviously what you want to do after having these resources, to make sure you've got enough, go into the smith. Obviously to find the smith, hold tab and you click smith. Open him up and you'll click create weapons and armors, and now obviously you'll come up with this page. Now it's pretty simple. You click on whichever armor or whichever armor piece you are building or weapon, and then what you want to be doing is clicking on this here and clicking whatever, whether it's light armor. So say you want to do light armor, it shows you. If you're doing medium, do medium armor and click on the blue one, and then the same with the heavy armor, right? Still all the same thing. As you can see though, it takes different amounts of materials to actually build each one. Now as you can see, you need the rare helmet schematic. And as you can see on this right hand side here, you have a chance of, even though it's a blue rare helmet schematic, you still have a possibility of making an epic or even a legendary. Now with doing this, obviously it tells you the resources it's going to use. Obviously I've got loads more resources because of the resources I already had inside of my personal stash. By the way, click start crafting, bada bing, bada boom, we crafted a purple. The right hand side will show us the difference compared to the left hand side. As you can see, it has better max endurance on the right hand side than it does on the one I'm wearing. It gives me more HP than the one I'm wearing. It gives me more slashing defense than the one I'm wearing. It gives me 6 critical value on top, but the one I'm wearing gives me 12 leadership, plus 12 leadership, which is obviously the thing that you use to be able to bring in more units. Now obviously you determine on what stats are best for you. If you're not happy with the stats you have, you can also recondition, which I'll show you right here. Click on that. You do need another schematic though to be able to recondition it. It doesn't matter what stat it is, what quality it is, because as long as you used the rare schematic to begin with to build it, that's all it will take. So let's say another helmet schematic, right? Because we're going to recondition. Now to recondition, you'll go to the armorer, which generally is right beside the smith. Obviously if you can't find him, click tab, click armor, and it'll take you straight to him. Open him up, and as you can see here, right here, reconditioning. The thing is with reconditioning as well is that it's also going to take the same resources that it took to actually build the original helmet. Like, so if you, it's better off actually just building a new one, but I'm just showing you what reconditioning does. So we'll hit reconditioning anyway, which is going to recondition the helmet that I just built. And here we go. We come up with 2 different stats. What we can see is the max endurance is still the same, but as you can see, the one that we've rolled gives us less health, gives us less slashing defense, but gives us more crit value and more leadership. Now that's okay, but the good thing about reconditioning above everything else compared to just rebuilding a new one is mainly if the armor piece you're wearing, I'm gonna go with this one, just down to the simple fact that that's the stats that I would like compared to that one. But as I was going to say, with reconditioning, you see these boots, for instance, you see how it says 56 out of 137 on the endurance. The 137 is the max endurance, and the 56 is obviously the current endurance. Now when I click on the hammer and click repair, yes, as you will see, the max durability endurance has actually gone down to 117, but it has repaired the armor piece. Now this happens every time you repair your armor / weapon. Obviously it's different values depending on the max durability of each armor / weapon. But the thing is, if you repair with max endurance at 50, the max endurance will still drop the same amount as it would if you was to repair it at 110. If that makes sense. So you'll still lose the same amount of max durability. So try and wait until at least the endurance has gone down half or more. But the good thing is, if we was once the max endurance goes down to about 50 or 60 or 70 or whatever we're not really comfortable with, what we can do is recondition it. And obviously, as you saw on the left hand side, it's basically all the same stats as the original one, but what it does is it refreshes the max endurance of that armor, so what it originally was when you originally made it. So that's what you'll do once your armors and your weapons start getting damaged. But yeah, that's basically everything about crafting weapons and armors. Obviously stats will be rolled differently depending on every single time that you roll, every time that you create something. So obviously just keep crafting / reconditioning until you get the stats you need. But that's everything, man. If you guys enjoyed the video and felt that it was helpful, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. But we are out this bitch. Good night, God bless, and peace the fuck out, motherfuckers.